Okay, thank you very much. Hello guys, I'm so excited and I'll just probably okay, let's see. We have 119 people here already. Oh, Brian is here already. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for coming. It's oh sorry. Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for coming. Today is Tuesday. Today is our launch day. Glider is finally launching today, right? So the day we've been waiting for, and I'm so very excited to have every single one of you. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. So we're going to be hearing from Brian and from some of the team, I would say. And yeah, you guys are free to ask any question. Make sure you drop it in the chat. I'll make sure to go through everything and ask Brian that question. And if you have anything to say, probably have any feedback or something you've been wanting to tell the glider team, make sure you do that today. And yeah, so in the next 3 minutes, I'm just going to probably pass the mic to Brian. I'm not sure if Brian wants to say something now because we are all to start in 3 minutes, like we're officially starting in 3 minutes. Brian, do you want to say something?
Yeah, we're a little early. John should be joining us in a second. So, for those of you who haven't met John, John is my co-founder, and really the brilliant mind and really the engineer behind almost all of Glider, from the early days. Um, so he'll be joining us in a second. But let's give everyone at least 2 minutes before we get things started.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be waiting for people to join. You guys should make sure to tag your friend. I mean, I expected that you've met some friend in our Discord server, so make sure you tag them if they are yet to be here. And I hope they are living well. Very important. So okay, Asha is here. So you guys are going to be meeting some of our team, and I'm so excited to
Wow.
say
I just saw that
that. So Asha is
Bitcoin
here.
Bitcoin is at
Yeah.
115,000 again. That's pretty crazy. Wow.
For those that
Markets are
have
up.
holding Bitcoin, I think. Are you guys holding Bitcoin? If you're holding Bitcoin, type Bitcoin. Okay, so
I'm
another thing to
definitely
say is
hold
that I mean you
Bitcoin.
guys are so lucky to be in this event. I mean, congratulations, because before Brian tells the world about Glider, you guys are the very first people to hear about it, and that's why we're having this event. So we're so lucky to be here, and congratulations to us once again. And yeah,
Yes.
thank you very much. So
I'm so
let's
excited that all of
see.
you are here. This is a really great start to what we're building and a great start to our community. It is still very, very early days, right? For many of you, you've been around for a while. You've seen the app develop. You've seen it improve, but know that there's so much more that we have coming, and it's very exciting to share more with you guys today. There will be time for some questions, so if you have questions, Gids will be collecting them in the chat as we go, and then we'll spend a fair amount of the time answering questions towards the end, after we go through a couple things. Let me see.
Yeah. So it's time already. I'll just leave, the introduction and what Glider is all about to Brian, right? So because we have the man here today, John. So thank you so much, Brian. To give you the start, you guys should type happy launch day in the chat. I want to see how many people that have okay, so oh, thank you so much, Ballas. Happy launch day. Ose, thank you very much. Okay, XRXD, thank you so much. Sheriff, thank you very much. Grace, good. Bullish, I can see you. Omiya. Okay, guys, thank you. Let's get it started. I'm passing the mic to Brian now.
Yep, John should be here in a second. So once John joins, Gids, please add him into the speaker set, and you can DM him on Slack as well. So first things first, guys, welcome to Glider. We are officially launched today. What does that mean? That means that you no longer need an access code to access the platform. Anybody can log in, and we've already seen a really nice pop in usage from very early this morning. We've been up since about 5 a.m. in the US, because we know a lot of you are around the world and we wanted to make sure that we are up for it. Everything was really smooth sailing, which was awesome to see. And we're just seeing now the peak of people coming from right now the East Coast in the US. And then, 3 hours later from now, we'll see more of the people in California waking up to it and seeing news and opening up the platform. So today is day one. We are fully live on Base, as you guys know. You can deposit from any chain on the EVM side. So that is Arbitrum, Optimism, Linea, and Mainnet ETH. We're adding BSC or BNB very, very soon. So do look out for that. But know that if you have already made deposits from BNB or BSC chain, they'll be bridged over very soon. It's not like they're lost or anything like that. Other than that, what's new today? So a couple things. One, we are starting to introduce referrals. And so if you're not familiar with our referral system already, why don't I just share my screen to give you guys a sense of what's going on there. Give me 1 second to pull up the app. Here we go. Share my screen. Oops. Kids, is there a way to turn on screen share? Oh, just found it. Just kidding. There we go. All right. So if you guys are not familiar with our referral system, as of today, you are earning 30% on fees and points from the people that you refer, 5% from the people that they refer, and then 2% from the people that they refer. And so these will accrue and you will see them appear in the referral earnings part very, very soon. For those of you who joined early, anybody who you referred early, you will still get the 30% in points and 5% and 2% on points. It'll all be retroactive. So don't worry about that. It's all coming. We just need to calculate everything you guys did in the past up until this point. A couple other things to share with you guys. The Explore page has been updated if you haven't seen it recently. There's now a couple more things to explore. We have a new table here, and we're going to be adding far more to this over the coming weeks. Other than that, lots of little tweaks that you guys probably haven't noticed. So for example, if you go to an Explore page or go to a portfolio, for example, we have simplified the deposit and withdrawal flows. We have moved around a little bit of the layouts of these. And we've cleaned up the profile page as well. So if you guys have never seen the profile page, you can go to from the top right. You can see how your assets are being broken down across all of your portfolios and your total return across all the portfolios. And this is shareable too. So you can take this link and you can share it with a friend, as opposed to the dashboard, which you guys know is not necessarily shareable with this URL. So those are quick things that we've added. More is coming very, very soon. Let me see. John is trying to get in. Gids, can you DM John and figure out how he can get into this, please? In the meantime, I wanted to introduce you guys to the rest of our team. We are a globally distributed team, literally all over the world. And so none of us are anonymous. We've all been doxxed. We have myself. I'm one of the co-founders. I'm based in New York. Our head of BD, Vinny, he is also based in New York. We have 3 engineers on the team besides my co-founder, John. We have Dylan. Dylan is based in Canada and used to work at MetaMask and Pool Together. We have Marcos, who's based in Brazil. He used to work at Coinbase and a company called Sega, which is a decentralized finance structured products company. And then we have Oljan, who's our most recent joiner from Turkey. And he previously worked at Gelato and Klarna and a few other places as well. All right. Outside of the engineers and Vinny, we have Winter, who is our head of marketing. She does all of the magical things that you've already seen on our X. She's based in Hong Kong. Our head of design, Patrick, is based in Paris, France. So he helps with a lot of the imagery, the video that you saw today. And then lastly, we have who am I missing? Well, Gids. Gids is based in Nigeria, and so we have Africa on the map as well. And then we have 3 moderators who you guys have probably seen in Discord. So Dev and Jay, they are both based in India. And then we have Neil, who is based in the Philippines. All right. John, are you with us?
I think so. Is this working? Is this thing on?
Yep. Do you want your camera on so people can see?
Yeah, for sure. Once I can. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, if others in the team want to just join the sort of the speaker side, happy to have them. I know Dylan's in here. I think Marcus is in here as well somewhere. There he is.
How's it going?
So you guys have finally met the mystery John now. John, you want to give a quick intro?
Hi there. Yeah, it's great to meet everybody. I am somewhat stranger to Discord sometimes. My name is John. I am a co-founder of Glider with Brian. Let's see. Just walking through my experiences real quick, just to get like a quick overview. I've been in crypto for almost a decade now. Started playing around with EVM really early on, really early Solidity, if you were around during like the Mist browser days, Ether Delta. Like, I fell in love with crypto really early on because I saw the utility of it. Like, you can tokenize the world, the permissionless transfer of assets, everything kind of brings us here, like the equitableness, like as long as you have an internet connection, you can join this financial system. So I joined 0x really early on. Back in the day, that was like 2017, 2018, 19, that era, like that cohort. Helped build out one of the first DEX aggregators. So like when you go to a DEX, you can select from multiple DEXs rather than just one. We built out 0x API. I built out Matcha with a team of folks, which is a decentralized exchange. So it's Matcha.xyz over there. Then the designer of Matcha and I basically left, and we started a product studio for crypto products, like a nice quality, high-end consumer-facing products for crypto. And that's the same designer that helped design Glider as well. And so you'll notice very similar like characteristics and like designs. Anyways, been working in DeFi for the better half of almost a decade now, honestly. Like DeFi is my wheelhouse. I love it. Every day I wake up super excited to work on. Like Brian knows, I just like rant about all the cool stuff that we're working on. Like I feel like you guys have only seen like 25% of like the coolness. And so I mean that part's very cool too. Like, but what's coming is really cool. And so I'm excited to, probably chat about a little bit of that. But like, yeah, I just wanted to say hello. And really cool to see everybody here. But yeah, basically, yeah.
No, John is incredibly humble. If you guys are familiar with Matcha.xyz, which is a DEX aggregator, John was the original founding engineer there and led the entire team of building Matcha. So it's pretty incredible to see how DeFi has evolved over the last 5-6 years. And I think
it used to be novel. That's like, oh wow, you have a DEX. Like back in the okay, so really back long ago, it was like, man, you guys have a DEX. That's cool. Like that was like a task unto itself. And then DEX aggregator, you're like, oh, you can get the best prices from everywhere. And then now everyone looks at it and is like, of course you can do that. Like it's table stakes. But back then it was like, and what's cool about that though is like that's how fast crypto moves. It's like even 4 years ago, you look back at the products and you're like, oh, that's easy now. And like that's a good thing actually, because like crypto's progressing really fast. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to look back on things, but love DeFi. Like I had been searching for an idea for a long time after leaving 0x proper. Like I had worked on a bunch of stuff, don't get me wrong, and things that went really well. I got to help a lot of other founders, which was cool, like build out a lot of their DeFi stuff. But this idea has been simmering for a long time. So we finally get to build it out and build out Glider.
Yeah. Look, I think we should touch on our mission here. To be very clear, right? Glider is built as a way to invest on chain. We noticed that there was a real lack of ability to actually hold real tangible, well, digitally tangible assets. And there are plenty of places to trade. But when in reality, right, like lots of people buy and hold Bitcoin, lots of people buy and hold ETH, Sol, tokenized golds. We're having on-chain stocks now, RWAs, right? Like when you think about the market cap of crypto, right, 4 trillion or something like that, it is tiny in comparison to all the investable assets that are out there. And that's real stuff, right? And so it's our goal to make these assets available to you guys in a way that is permissionless, non-custodial, easy to invest in as a way to grow your wealth. Right? This is not about, and I've said this before, not about flipping meme coins, not about, pump and dumps or any of these these schemes that, occur on other apps and exchanges. This is about long-term belief in assets and companies who issue tokens that you believe in, right? So whether that's holding Uniswap because you believe in, or Uni because you believe in Uniswap, or Morpho because you believe in Morpho, right? These are long-term companies that we believe in, and these are some of the tokens that, we think are important to feature and bring to you guys. Pump.fun, for example, Hype, right? Like these are real companies generating real revenue, similar to a stock, how they, a company might generate real revenue and, have actual value to it. And so we're just getting started with that. Obviously, today we're on Base. With Base, there are any number of assets that Coinbase has issued, that Universal has issued, that are also like company tokens like Morpho that I mentioned a second ago, right? But it's our goal to expand this into any chain where there is an asset that you want to invest in to be able to hold it. And so with that, we can announce that we will be launching Solana, hopefully before the end of the year. We have already started work, and we are working with some outside engineers as well to help bring Solana to the forefront. So it will be most likely before the end of the year. I don't want to put dates in the sand, but know that the work has already started. We've already had pushes to our repo that are related to Solana. And you guys should know too that, John and I's earliest incubation was from Anagram, who is run by Lily Liu, who is the queen of Solana, the leader of the Solana Foundation. And so Glider will be supported for Solana on really, really every level of possibilities there, whether it is, connections, whether it is talking to Solana Foundation, which we've already done. And yeah, so that's the first big announcement. We've already started to work there. So you'll be able to trade seamlessly between Solana and Base and other chains that I'll mention in a second before the end of the year is the plan. John, anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's kind of why I'm so excited. Is like what you see today is just like a sliver of the functionality. So like right now we're on Base, but so the idea with Glider is just I have assets. I don't care where they live. I just want to hold these things. I want to trade them in certain ways. Maybe I want to take a profit if I go above 50% profit. I want to change it if something happens. You can react more to the markets with Glider, but the idea is you don't have to think about chains. And I think Solana is a good test of that because it's non-EVM based. And so to me, we'll have Solana, we'll have Base, and I'm sure Brian wants to talk more about some of the other things, but it really is going to be this one-stop shop of investing, this portfolio management, and then it's not just trading assets. There's a lot more there to the actual thing you hold, the tokens. And so I look around the DeFi ecosystem and I'm just like, this is the most exciting thing that's being built out because this is really built to last. As more things get tokenized on chain, Glider's value prop grows every day. We see these RWAs, we see these equity-based tokens. To me, I'm excited because that just means you can build better portfolios, and so I think we have a lot of just things in our favor, which is really cool. But yeah, very excited about Solana. I think that's going to be a huge unlock in terms of consumer just usage in general. Like that's our number one most requested chain for what it's worth. And then between that and our relationships there, I think we're in a good spot. And so, yeah, before you know it, you'll be swapping across chain. You won't even know it. You'll just say, I want these tokens. You don't care where they live. That's okay. Like that's the future to me.
Yep. All right. Second announcement for today on the topic of chains and real assets that people want to invest in. So two things. We will be launching mainnet ETH. This is exciting because mainnet obviously has tons of assets from some of the biggest issuers in the world. As part of that, you guys have probably seen that Finance has been tweeting about us, and we've been tweeting about them. So Finance has made a small investment in Glider. That investment occurred a couple months ago, actually, and we've been keeping it a bit of a secret. And so Finance will be working with us to drive tokenized stocks on mainnet. And so you'll be able to hold US equities in a ETF-like basket. But remember, Glider doesn't make like tokenized baskets. And so you will be able to lend the underlying as well. So we're working with Ondo on getting that into Morpho so that you can actually hold stocks and earn yield all at once.
This is going to be so key. Just going forward, like holding the asset versus buying into this tokenized index. Like when you hold the asset, like you can lend it, you can vote with it, you can do so many things. Like I think index funds are going to look antiquated. Like I think they're going to look like legacy when Glider's done. Like let's put it that way. And you'll be like, why didn't we do this to begin with? And you'll realize it was a traditional finance setup that made more sense in this like really ugly regulatory world where you can only do like 3 indexes. Like otherwise it's way too much money and OpEx, like operating costs. Like here it's like the marginal cost to create a glider is like 0. And so it scales really well. Sorry, I'm like really excited about that because it's not just the users that want tokenized portfolio or just portfolios in general on chain. It's also the suppliers. They're like, hey, we're bringing all this stuff on chain. Help us build curated indexes, help share this, like, and Glider's going to be the way to do that. And that's like, and that makes sense to me. Like, just here's a list of like assets and ratios, but like what's even cooler is we can copy TradFi. We can start like, oh, you want this exact index fund that TradFi has? Click a button, and then you have it on your own. You're not paying them, they whatever, and so like, and you own the assets, and so yeah, it's going to be really cool.
It's super exciting. Like it's honestly, there's a reason why on-chain finance is going to change and disrupt traditional finance, right? Like we are building for that future. We are not building on traditional fintech rails for that reason. Okay, so that's the first sort of 2 announcements. Solana hopefully by the end of the year, and we've already started to work on that. Mainnet ETH will be soon, and Ondo has made an investment in us as of a couple months ago. The next thing to announce is, as you guys have probably also seen, we are now part of a Plume accelerator. And so we will be launching on Plume to give you guys access to investments that Plume makes through their Nest products. This is from the big names of like BlackRock, Apollo, a lot of these tokenized either private credit or other sort of traditional finance players in the space to give you actually real yield, which is really cool. Yield in
whether you even swap tokens, we'll withdraw that, swap it for you, deposit it back in. On top of that, we're able to automatically redeem and claim points. Like, so let's say you're over on Maple, we'll be able to do that. There's a lot of like Avantis LP will support as well. So if you want really high APYs, like a little bit more risk, you can do that. Like I think they're almost at like 30% APY if you're willing to like, it's similar to like the Hyperliquid HLP. But basically like we're going to give you access to all these yield sources automatically. And like, that's where I think things get really, really awesome in terms of this like orchestration or this planning framework, this automation, this AI driven stuff that we're working on is you're able to swap, you're able to yield, you're able to do all these things, and it's going to keep compounding because then we're going to add, I don't know, like more features. Let's just say I'm not allowed to leak everything, but like basically we're able to keep adding functionality, whereas a lot of competitors, they haven't planned for the next things and they don't know how to architect this correctly, where we do. And like I think that's where it's really going to show how awesome this whole platform is. And so the idea is you just click add yield to any asset. So you know how those little asset blocks, if you use the editor, and like just add yield. It's going to be that simple. Yeah, like once you see it and you use it, you're like, why hasn't it been like this for like, this is the way TradFi works, is like your bank gives you yield and you don't necessarily need to know where it's from. You might ask about like risk levels, and like with the bank, it's usually the slider's way low, but like it just should happen. And so to me, like we're bringing what should have been DeFi to me, like the packaged up user experience of DeFi that I've been experiencing for the past like decade. To like we've been in the field long enough, and we're experts at this. We know what it looks like boiled down, and what needs to work, and how it needs to function. And then you can layer. I don't want to get too like layering AI on top is where it becomes like the real unlock. But like that, we'll say that for another meeting.
That's a long conversation. On that one. We can have that conversation when it's time.
Just know, like that's all, you know. Yeah, when Glider in its final form, it's not unfair to the competition. Let's be real.
Yeah, we were excited to get this version out to you guys today and make some noise and get it in front of everybody. But know again that there's still so much that we have to build. And again, we're a product before a token team, right? So we're building this product so you guys can use it, build it with us, give us feedback, and improve the product. And then a token may eventually come. That's obviously the path of most crypto projects. We think a lot of other teams launch tokens way too early, and then as you know, they give up on actually delivering on a product. So we're building here a real product that you guys can use, and again, it's about growing your wealth. Okay, last couple things before we go to questions. So the 7x points. As you know, everybody here who has deposited funds and has gathered points is multiplying their points by 7. This is the biggest multiplier we will ever do. This is a 700% increase in your points. We will not do something like this ever again. It is to reward all of our early users and thank you for, one, giving us feedback, putting up with some of our minor bugs and UI things that we needed to tweak. The app has gotten a lot better because of you guys. So that 7x will show either later today or early tomorrow, but it'll be automatic in your app. So you'll just notice that you have 7 times the number of points that you had before. So again, thank you guys for all of the work that you've done previously. It's been really great. The other thing to know, so Glider is, built for creating transactions and creating volume. As we all know, Base is launching or thinking about a token. I think it will be valuable for you guys to know that generating transactions and generating volume may play into how they decide where that token goes. And I've mentioned this in the past, there's no better place to do that than Glider. Right? These are non-custodial wallets. And so if Base decides to drop tokens to Base wallets, they go directly to your portfolio wallets. There is nothing between,
that's really important. Like that's a really important nuance. Like vaults, for example, like if it's an Aave vault, you're not getting those. Yes. Yeah. And Aave would take them and you're not getting this back because it's like an operating cost. But like it's generally your money in your own vault. It's a personal vault. And that way you can claim the Base token should a Base token launch. What's cool is all those portfolios are genuinely on wallets. And so those are creating transactions, doing trades, being a real user on chain. And so each portfolio is seen as a user. So that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to later on if Base ever wants to throw an airdrop to users. Like it'll look like it is a user effectively, right? It's a wallet on chain. So,
and all of these actions really apply to anything as well. And so when we add yield, for example, if you're currently lending on Morpho and Morpho is boosting those yields, you still get all of the boosts through Glider because these are just wallets, right? And there's no middleman here that is taking away from the points that you are earning. If you're lending and it's earning points on Merkle, let's say, those points accrue to those non-custodial wallets. And so it's important to know that everything goes back to you guys without there being a Volt middleman in place. Very interesting distinction for how we have built the system. Okay, I know we have like 2 minutes left. We'll go long. John and I do have another call later, but it's in a bit. Gids, are there some common questions that we should answer? See,
okay, can you hear me, please? I'm here. So we have a couple of questions. The first one is, you've actually touched this, but I think I should just ask again. So this guy asked, Rudy, he said, any plans for a native token or reward system to align long-term users and liquidity providers? And then the next question from this same person is, now that launch is live, what are the major next features or integrations planned over the next few months? Then the last one from him seems like a lot of questions. So he said, can advanced users or devs plug in their own logic or build public strategy templates? So those are the 3 good questions, I think.
I'll take the first 2 and I'll give the last one to John. So I've mentioned this in the past. We have already worked with A16Z on tokenomics and figuring out what that will look like. Again, we're not in a rush to get to a token, but the way we've also devised our point system, right, is to reward people who do real things on the platform. The only way to earn points is to hold deposits in Glider. That's it, right? There is no like daily quest. There is no refer a million friends, right? The only way to earn points, well, I guess if you refer friends and they deposit, that still works, but the only way to earn points is through deposits. And so the incentivization is that you need to deposit. So that's the key. Remind me of the second question. Oh, partnerships and collabs. Is that the second question? Yes. A boatload. So Vinny has been speaking with tons of different partners, mostly on Base at this point, lending protocols, DEXs, you name it. But as we expand to new chains, of course, there will be more partnerships and more specific campaigns with each of the either DEXs, lending protocols, token issuers, could be KOLs, who knows, to come. And we'll have a lot more interesting things as well related to sort of how points are useful in the platform, besides just potentially leading to a token. So for those of you who are on here as well and still have stuck around, we are introducing levels, which will come very soon. We've already devised the leveling system on our side. And with those levels, it'll be based on the number of points that you have, where you'll get more benefits from leveling up. And then John can touch on developers plugging into Glider.
Yeah. First, just touching on the side one real quick. Like, I think chains are excited for Glider, protocols are excited for Glider. We get so much inbound interest. Like, if anything, it's like chains will pull us to them, and so rather than like the other way around. So we're really the dynamic there has been really exciting to see, because I've never seen that before in my tenures. Like, chains are so excited about Glider. Talking about the dev side. So one, we have this is the cool part about building Glider the right way, is we built it so that Glider.fi is using a platform we built, like the Glider platform, let's call. So one, devs can operate and use the platform should they want to. That's docs.glider.fi. You can see a whole API. We have a whole API integration if you're into that. Like, hey, I want to build an app on top of Glider. That's cool. And then in terms of the actual like strategies and the portfolios, yes, we will support basically custom blocks. And then we'll have some stuff where, imagine you're a Discord trade leader, for example, and you want to create like some private data or something like that, right? We'll have blocks where you can fetch some stuff from like maybe your Discord group or your personal trade. Like, there's custom blocks, there's remote blocks. Basically, like the cool part about building a system the right way is it's so like you can grow it the right way. And so like we'll have trigger blocks. We can talk about those another day, but like take profit, all the like TWAP, like this is like the base. Like we are going to build some really cool features on top of this. In terms of like what blocks are most exciting to me, I'd say like we have some cool stuff we're cooking up in the AI side. So like agents can be blocks one day. We'll talk about that more another day. But yield, that's a big one. And then triggers. I think triggers are going to be a really big deal, but that's more for later. We can talk about. But yeah, it's like just because I know technically what's coming down, the pike, and like there's some really cool stuff. Like I think within a month or two, Glider will be like another like like almost V2, you can call it, like a whole new product on top.
Sweet kids, let's do maybe 2 more questions and then we can wrap things up.
Just one more. The rest are like common questions that we've answered before. So the question is a funny question actually. Is there anything trading Glider can't do?
I think it just depends on if we have to build it, right?
Yeah. To me, like, what do you want to do? We can talk about it. Like, I haven't found, like, that's what's cool about Glider is to me, like, I'm an avid DeFi user for years, right? And I am writing everything that I want to do in Glider. And like, whether it's trading signals, whether it's sniping, like we could do all of that. We could do even Twitter-based signals one day. Like, hey, if Elon tweets buy this thing, like the framework is there, and that's what makes it exciting. And I'd love to hear from you guys, like right into the mods and us, just like, hey, I'd really love if I could do X in Glider. Like we listen to all the feedback. It really helps us shape kind of like the product. Same with all the bugs. Like I'm excited when I see the bugs because we can make the product better. So like just keep writing in, please, and keep touching the product. My one ask.
Yep, it's so early. We're still figuring out to what people love to do, and yeah, there's just so much to build. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Just to sort of recap the things that we mentioned today. So Solana before the end of the year, Plume, very very soon actually. Mainnet ETH with all of those assets as well. Ondo made an investment, and we will 7x everybody's points either late today or sometime early tomorrow. So look forward to seeing that in your dashboard. As always, in the app, if you want to leave us feedback or if you want to reach us on Discord, you can open up a ticket on Discord. You can leave feedback through the app. I read every single feedback piece. And I respond to nearly all of them, the ones that require a response. I'm catching up on some of them given launch. So if you have one out there, know that I will respond to you. And other than that, thank you for joining us. It's day 1 with us still, and we still have so much to build.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, and thanks for coming. Make sure you stay tuned for our next event, and we're so happy, we're so excited to have everyone. Thank you so much, guys. Happy launch day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.